Hey everybody, welcome to that 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 25. Yeah, I wanted to go live and discuss, you know, something personal about what happened to me and stuff like that. And before I do, I just wanted to say shout out to all my fans, all the subscribers and everything. And for my YouTube, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all make that beautiful and lovely subscribe to my channel, for more content. Okay, well, today's topic is trust nobody. And when I mean trust nobody, trust nobody. Because all we get is hurt nowadays. It's just like a lot of people want to be accepted. A lot of people want to be loved and liked and valued by strangers and anybody. And it comes a time when you have to do your own thing. It comes a time when you have to walk away from certain people, especially those type of people who just care about what people think of them. And it can be your family, it can be your friends, it could be somebody that you have history with. Don't count on those type of people because, like I said, I had so many people had turned on me. I had so many people that I had let in my house, gave them a place to stay, gave them money, gave them my love, gave them everything, and turned on me. And it's really unfortunate when somebody stabs you in the back that you didn't see coming. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it like a lot of people getting killed by their friends. A lot of people getting killed by their family members out here, and they were playing dumb and playing like they don't know what's going on, or I haven't seen that person all day, man. Like if I hear something, I'll let you know, type thing, knowing damn well that they're the murderers and shit. So we all have somebody that did us wrong, that turned their back on us, and it's just a hurtful feeling. No matter how much you used to, you used to betrayal, you never get used to being stabbed in the back, especially when you was very genuine, when everything from you was sincerity, and people would just stab you in the back and cross you. But I'm gonna tell a little bit about my life, so people can understand where I'm going with this or whatever. So a lot of people ask me what happened between me and my father. Well, my father betrayed me in the worst way because my life and my childhood was, I say, it was very difficult. It was very unbalanced a little bit. Like my mom did the best she could. It was a lot that she couldn't prevent. So my mom and dad was divorced by the time I was 2 years old, and I was raised by my stepfather. May God rest his soul. But he pretty much raised me all the way to the time I was 2 years old to 24. That's the last time I seen the man when I was 24. And, I never knew who my biological father was until I was 8 years old. Because my sister told me. Because I thought the guy that I saw every day, coming from school and stuff like that, or would be at the house and everything, I thought he was my dad. Because when you're a kid, you don't really question or look and pay attention to looks and physical features and stuff like that. You just, somebody who's at your house, you like, okay, that's dad, that's my daddy. and this and that. So my sister one day told me that, that's not your daddy and this and that. So I had to, go into my mom and ask her, like, what's going on? Like, this man is not my daddy, who's my daddy, So she got mad. She was like, who told you that? And so I guess it came a time where she had to let me meet my father. And I didn't know that my father was in town. I thought he was away. I didn't know who he was and this and that. So she took us to our grandmother's house, and I got a chance to meet my dad for the first time. And I saw the man who looked like me, or I looked like him, that I favored, because the guy that I lived with didn't favor me pretty much. So when I saw him, that's when I began on the verge of defiance and being bad and fighting in school and stuff like that, because I felt hurt, because when you come from being fatherless, when you come from somebody who decided or made a decision to not to raise you, it hurts. And it still affects me to this day, because why I wasn't good enough for you to raise me, why I was not good enough for you to be there, why was I not good enough to carry the torch for you. Like I said, he was gone for 25 years, you know what I'm saying? So once I became 25, he came back into town, because 9 years before that, he pretty much went into exile. Nobody knew where he was at. He wasn't calling nobody. He didn't talk to nobody. He didn't see nobody. He was in Tennessee for 9 years, you know, living his best life, while I was out here homeless, while I was out here broke, while I was out here lost in the wilderness and stuff. And when he came back into my life, I ain't gonna lie, I was happy, because I just wanted that clarity. I wanted that closure. And I called him and I said, "Look, man, we got to meet." I was a grown man at the time, so I wasn't coming to him as a child. I was coming to him as a adult, as a man, because a part of me still wanted him to accept me. A part of me wanted to know, was he proud of me? And he wasn't. He felt like that I was a waste of time. He felt like that I was, such a disappointment. But I feel like I turned out well compared to the circumstances that not just me, but a lot of young black males have to go through, just being, you know, from the hood, and you're trying to find who you are. You're trying to, you know, have an establishing an identity, especially when you didn't have nobody to encourage you and that believed in you. And like I said, my mom did the best she could. Everybody makes mistakes. There's a lot of things that she couldn't prepare me for. Being a woman, you can only teach your son so much. So I realize that now. I didn't realize it back then, but I realized that she did the best she could. Like, you know, I don't have any regrets on how I turned out or what I went through. But I feel like if my dad was still around, I feel like a lot of things would have been prevented. A lot of things would have not happened. I would have not had to go through the things that I had to go through. Because, like I said, I tell people the truth. Like, I really got everything out the mud. You know what it's like? Feeling like nobody believes in you, or you feel like that you just a disappointment, that you a waste, to the point that your own parent don't want to raise you, don't want to be around you, and stuff like that. So when I make this show and when I make this platform, man, I do this shit from the heart, because we all have stories. We all been through something. And I've been through a lot. Just being 33 years old, I've been through a lot. And I'm still going through a lot, but I still hanging in there. I'm still striving. I'm still doing my thing. You know, I know pain. Pain should be my middle name, but I still manage to do something with my life. I still is able to sit here and talk about it instead of hold that in. I have no anger or resentment towards my dad, but it just got to the point where he wasn't holding himself accountable because he was one of those dads that blame everybody else for his shortcomings and not himself. You know, go tell me like I'm sorry that I couldn't be a father to you because my father wasn't there for me. And nobody asked to be here. None of us asked to be born. None of us asked to exist. Everybody should have a father. Everybody should have a mother, unless they die or you know get mentally ill or something like that. But I think every child should have a parent or two parents. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody should have a mama. Everybody should have a daddy. Nobody should have to go amongst this world or amongst this existence without a parent or two parents. So, like I said, I just always looked at my life and things a little bit differently because once you are of age and you have to, I guess, network and interact with other people that's besides or that's the opposite of your personality, they don't understand. A lot of people wouldn't understand what it was like for me, or, like I said, it's just everybody has, different strokes for different folks. Everybody been through something, but everybody can't relate to certain things. So when they can't relate, they begin to judge, they begin to analyze or make assumptions. But I never had to lie or I never had to, you know, fake it till I make it. I feel like I haven't made it, even though I have accomplished a lot in these past 8.5 months. I feel like I haven't really done much. I feel like, this is limitless now. I ain't holding no um accolades, when it comes to this. Like, even when I do pick up like a net, pick up the show and the network and this and that, I feel like, I haven't done much. I still hungry, despite everybody that ever came on the show, despite the YouTube subscribers, despite the likes, the comments, the shares, a little bit of everything. I haven't done nothing to, I haven't really accomplished or set a goal. My goal was just to be heard and to be taken serious and to be able to help people. And that's all I do. I don't make a lot of money doing this. I ain't getting paid off this, but I do this because I want to help people. That's my purpose. I feel like that's why I was put on this earth to do was help people. Because one thing about me is that, I'm not doing this for clout. Never have, never will. Because clout, you can only, you know, take that so far with clout. But when you take it from the heart, you go so many places and you would meet so many people. A lot of things will happen because you're doing it from the gut. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I came from nothing. And despite everything that my dad did to me, I wish him the best, but he can't come around me no more. One thing is that Forgiveness doesn't require reconnection. Because some people would just suck the nice out of you. You know, some people will keep on hurting you, and then as soon as you respond or you make a decision to cut them off, they will look at you like, how dare you cut me off and this and that. And, I'm your parent, I'm your father, I brought you into the world, I can take you out. Like, you ain't gonna take me out. Hell no, ain't nobody taking me out. But like I said, um, after he crossed me, I don't hold nothing against anybody. A lot of times I'll be by myself. You don't really see me in pictures with a lot of people because eventually you begin beefing with the people that you're in the pictures with. Because I don't know, it's just you really be surprised who's jealous of you. You really be surprised. People just want your spot. They want your life, and you just like, damn, I'm just living my life. Like, I'm going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? You think I'm perfect? You think I'm, successful or whatever. And I used to sit back and think like, dang, like what people see that I don't see. But you'd be surprised, like I got people mad at me because I'm tall and they short. I can't help that I'm 6'5". That's not my fault. That's not my problem. That's something that I didn't wish on myself. I didn't rub a magic lamp and a genie popped out and I made a wish that I could be 6'5". It just happened. But a lot of people be jealous of me because I'm tall. A lot of people jealous of me because I'm intelligent. A lot of people be jealous of me because I dress nice or what I'm saying, I was able to hook up with women that they got left on read and stuff like that. I can't help that. I can't help that I'm charismatic. I can't help that I'm loving, or I'm compassionate, or people gravitate to me. I can't help that. I'm just being myself. I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because I spent years of being depressed to the point that it almost killed me. It almost took me out. I was stressed out every day. I was crying myself to sleep every night because I was afraid to go to sleep. Like I said, people think they know about depression. They don't know. They never experienced it. A lot of people just be capping because you don't want depression. Depression is worse. It's so bad. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. When you stop eating, and then when you finally eat, you overeat, then you gain weight, and then you begin to lose your hair. You begin to wake up with sores and blemishes all over your body. I had to go through a lot. And then another thing, when you are depressed and when you're a black man, nobody believes you. Nobody takes you serious. Nobody cares. Nobody console you. Nobody comfort you. Oh, just man up or just pray about it. And I might as well, just say F it and give up, because it's like, what do you do when you stuck hearing that same um cliches, the same cliches, and they wonder why we become worse. They wonder why we become monsters because during our darkest hours, we are kicked, we are spit on, people love to see us down. People love to kick you while you're down. I saw many people kick me while I was down. So now that I'm walking and marching, it's a problem now. It's a problem that I don't want to be away. Um, sorry. It's a problem that I want to stay away from them. Because one thing about me is that I always been honest. I always kept it 100 with people. I never asked nobody to kick it with me. I never asked nobody to be their friend or shit. What you see is what you get. Like I said, I quit living for people. Once you quit living for people, then you finally begin to live. When you stop caring about what people think, you stop caring about what people have or what people period. Like, because at the end of the day, this life and everything is temporary anyway. Because one thing about me is that I'm a champion. You kick me down, I'ma stand again and be back stronger than ever. Be stronger than ever. It took me 6 years for me to get back to who I was, to get back to normal. Because I was such at a crossroad in my life to the point that I didn't even want to bear it anymore. But I'm grateful for the transgressions and the trials and tribulations because it set me on a path to do the show. It set me on a path to do what I do now. Like I said, if people really knew my story, they would be so proud of me. I overcame so much, and to this point that I'm no longer bitter. I have no bad feelings for nobody. I wish everybody peace and love and success, but everybody isn't real. Um, it's just be people out here that want friends so bad, that want to be loved, but the best love is self love. Once you discover self esteem, you don't care about anybody else. Like I said, I had to love myself again. I had to figure myself out. I had to overcome so much. And I'm glad. I'm glad once I got out of that cell, out of that bed, that I was vindicated again. I was happy again. And now everything makes sense of why I went through what I went through. But again, um, trust nobody. Because when you do, you're going to regret it. Because it's always a Judas in every crew. There's always somebody who wants your life, who wants your girl, your car, your jewelry, clothes, just period, anything. They just want what you got. And then the truth being the jokes. When people clown you and this and that, or try to talk about you, but they don't got shit, or they don't have their shit together. That's why you gotta hang around people who want something out of life or who want shit as much as you do. Because people just going to try to kick you down. And people gonna hate, but that's their problem. Don't feed into the nonsense. Just get your money, stay out the way. You got the family, raise your kids, you know, everything else, all this social media stuff, it's an illusion. It don't matter at the end of the day. What matters at the end of the day is the people that love you, that respects you, that honor you, that won't ever turn their back on you. Those the people that you stick close to. The ones who isn't gonna be yes men or yes girls. The ones who gonna call you out on your shit or who's gonna stay by you when shit gets real. But yeah, be very cautious about being um loved by outsiders, man. Cause every friend that I had, a lot of people that y'all see me with turned on me, and and I destroyed some friendships, some relationships. Hey, this is what accountability looks like. Yes, I have destroyed friendships, I have destroyed relationships because I was hurting. But in the midst of all that, no one's perfect. So I'm grateful for everybody who stayed down, who pretty much worked with me while I was vulnerable. I know I was difficult in that period, but I grew up, I man up, I'm still here. But yeah, we gotta make sure that, we start being here and being there for each other. But yeah, that includes tonight's episode. I wasn't gonna try to make it long because I have a lot of things to do. But make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.